Okay, this is a little experiment you can do with time. Because time is just a mind game anyway. It's a mind game. It's fake and it doesn't exist. So that's why David Icke says that aging, he says that's illusion too. Which I guess that would make sense. Because if time is illusion, so is, when you age and all that is illusion. But yeah, it's just a mind game. So you can try little experiments and it does work. Yeah, it's just, time is just bullcrap. It was just created for the Matrix. But anyway, so here's this experiment I did on my trampoline. I've done it several times, but like, you can do this experiment with anything. Like, if you are at a doctor's office or something and they say it's like an hour wait or whatever, and you can just tell yourself many times that it's only going to feel like you've waited 25 minutes. And it will. And then you can actually see if an hour went by. But anyway, so I don't know why I tried it, but I just tried it. I've tried it several times on my trampoline. Because normally when I jump on my trampoline, I'll jump on it for about 40 minutes for exercise or whatever. And so I told myself many times that it's going to feel like only, and I never get off of it unless I have to go pee real quick or something, but I normally just stay on it the whole time, 40 minutes. But I told myself that I was going to only, that I was going to stay on it, 40 minutes, but it was only going to feel like, 25 minutes. And sure enough, 40 minutes will go by and it'll literally, feel like 25 minutes that I was on my trampoline. But yeah, you just gotta, say it in your brain, you just gotta trick your brain. That's all you have to do is just say it to yourself many times. Okay, well, I'm gonna work out for 40 minutes, but it's only gonna feel like 25 minutes that I was on the trampoline. And it does actually work. Yeah, because it's just a mind game anyway. So you just gotta tell your mind whatever you want. Tell your mind whatever you want to feel. Okay, so this other experience, I was at the gym, the YMCA, and I was talking to the aliens. I normally get on that elliptical machine. Let's see, I got on it for about, back then about 45 minutes, I think, and I was talking to the aliens, and I can't remember if I probably did tell them, like, can you stop the time dilly bobber, whatever it's called, on the machine. I can't remember what I was saying exactly, but I do remember I actually was talking to the aliens, but I can't remember what I was telling them. And so the elliptical machine, I was down to about 12 minutes and like 12 seconds, or 12 minutes and 14 seconds, something like that. And it literally, now I don't think I stopped it, I think the aliens did it. They stopped it, because I looked at it and I was still like going, at level 16 or 17 out of 20 or whatever. And, I was still going at that level. I didn't slow down or anything. And the time, it just like stayed like that. I mean, for a good time, for like 5 or 6 seconds, it stayed like that. For like 12, it stayed on 12 minutes and 14 seconds. And it just stayed like that. Well, how the hell, did it stop? Somebody stopped it. I don't think I stopped it with my mind or whatever, but I think the aliens did it. Well, yeah, they constructed the Matrix, so they constructed this bullshit time shit. Anyway. Okay, so that was another weird experience. And I'm sure I could come up with others, but I'm just going to talk about 4 for this video. But yeah, try it sometime, like, if you got to do something that you don't like, and you have to be there 2 hours, tell yourself it's only going to feel like, 35 minutes. Okay, so then, Well, actually, I think there's only 3 examples. Okay, so then this was a really weird experience, and I think the aliens did this as well. Because see, I was listening to the David Icke videos. This was back in 2013, and I was listening to the David Icke videos, you know, for like many days in a row. And you know, I guess he was talking about all this stuff like time and stuff. But I do specifically remember thinking it would be nice to have like alternate work schedule, and it would be nice to, I don't know why I was thinking it would be nice to get off at 3:30. I don't know if I was thinking that exactly, because I would still never get off till 4:30 anyway. So I don't know if I was thinking that exactly, it would be nice to get off at 3:30. I just know I was thinking how it would be nice to be on alternate work schedule. And I was listening to these David Icke videos, and I'm sure he discussed time and the matrix and all that over several days or whatever. And then it was like, this is really weird. I somehow mind controlled myself, or they did it for me, that, I mean, I don't get off work till 4:30. And, but yet I somehow left at 3:30. It was really weird. But I remember looking at the, that was just a fleeting thought about the alternate work schedule, and to maybe get off at 3:30, or I don't know, but that was kind of stupid anyway, because I would never get off to 4:30 anyway. So, like I said, I don't know if I was thinking that exactly, but for whatever reason, I somehow left at 3:30. And I looked at the clock on the wall and my watch, and I looked at the computer clock, and I looked at the phone clock. And I mean, I know it all said 4:30, because like I said, I don't get off till 4:30. And yeah, I don't get off till 4:30, you know, for many years, from 2010 to 2013, you know, I got off at 4:30. But yet this whole time, like I say, I was listening to the David Icke the videos on YouTube for several days in a row, and he was talking about time and the matrix. And like I say, I did have some thoughts about, like, if I went on alternate work schedule. But anyway, like I say, I don't get off work till 4:30. And I know dang good well, you know, my watch said 4:30, the clock on the wall said 4:30, the computer clock said 4:30, and the phone clock said 4:30. But somehow I left at 3:30, and I would have never known. I would have never known I left early. If it wasn't for, you know, I came home and I called my sister, and she said, "Did you get off early or something?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "It's only 3:45, you know, because I get home at 4:45. She said, "It's only 3:45, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then I looked at my clock, and I'm like, "What the hell, man?" So that was really weird. That, not that I recall, well, an experience like that hasn't quite ever happened. That was the first time, I mean, that was kind of weird. But I would have never known it. I don't think I would have ever figured it out if she didn't tell me. I mean, or maybe eventually if I would have walked around the house for 20 or 30 more minutes, maybe it would have dawned on me that I accidentally left at 3:30 instead of 4:30. But I mean, I always get off at 4:30. I mean, I know, you know, all four clocks in my watch said 4:30. But yet I somehow left at 3:30. And like I say, so the next day, you know, I was just like, okay, I'll take our, you know, annual or whatever. But like, I don't even know if anybody noticed. I mean, I know there were about 3 other employees plus me there that day, so there were at least, you know, 4. But I don't even know if anybody, well, actually, it doesn't matter if they noticed it or not. They could have thought maybe I already had leave planned or whatever for the day. But yeah, that was really weird. And then, of course, so yeah, you can talk to the aliens and they could help you with all this too, you know, like stop time. Because I know I didn't stop it with my own brain, you know, on the elliptical machine. They stopped it. And like I say, it seemed like, I don't know, it seemed like I was talking to them about time or something, but I can't remember exactly. So yeah, I mean, they could do anything. They can freeze it, stop it, speed it up. Yeah, especially when they tamper with you, not necessarily physically abduct you or even astrally abduct you, but when they tamper with you, they can even, you know, at your bed or whatever, they can jack with time. It's really weird. But like that one time when the tickling entity, just recently, when he gave me two experiences, this tickling entity, and I believe it was a reptilian type of entity, or a reptilian, and I, you know, I fell asleep right at midnight, and then it felt like I was sleeping no longer than like 10 minutes, maybe an hour at the most, and then it's like, you know, I closed my eyes, and then I opened my eyes, and the clock said 9 a.m., and I was shocked, because I'm like, there's no way in hell I've been sleeping for 9 hours. I mean, I know everything they do. I mean, they definitely jack with time. It's really weird. But actually, another thing the aliens can do is, well, see, I learned this after I had the experience. I didn't know what it was called. But when I saw that movie and they mentioned the term blackout, I was like, oh, weird. I had that experience in my car. And that was in 2013. I think the movie came out like in 2012, but I think somebody told me about it, but I didn't watch it till like 2014, and I had this experience in 2013. And I was on my 15-minute break in my car, and I had this blackout, like you don't even remember falling asleep. That's how you know. There's a big difference between when you know, oh, I fell asleep, and when you don't even freaking know you fell asleep. And the next thing you know, 35 minutes went by. So that's really weird. And yeah, but that's, you know, I probably had other blackouts before, but that was the only one I could think of. In 2013. But yeah, I think that would be called the blackout. That was really weird. Yeah, I mean, it's totally weird because it's like the aliens could just like abduct, like they abducted your mind or something, but they don't want you to know shit. What they're, I don't know, like what they're doing with you, your mind or something, so they just block it all out. It's really weird. But that's called a blackout. Okay, so the gym, okay, I already talked about that. Elliptical at work, and the trampoline. But yeah, so I do that a lot when I'm on my trampoline, because I'll stay on it for 40 or 45 minutes, and I'll tell myself, okay, it's only going to feel like about 25 minutes. And it will. It'll feel like, I mean, that 45 minutes will go by in 25 minutes. No problem. So anyway, so just try those experiences and talk to the aliens, and they can give you some of these time experiences too. Or you could do it yourself and just kind of mind control your brain or whatever. But yeah, I think I somehow mind control myself. When I was at work and I somehow left at 3:30, but yet I thought it was 4:30. That's really weird. But the aliens could have been messing with me as well. So I don't know. So thanks for listening.